driving on it, you know. A couple years back, so he bought a '76 Ford Econoline van, like a rapist van, you know, with all the fucking windows like tinted out and shit. So when I was in high school, dude, I took the futon I had and fucking cut the arm off one of it and put it in the back of the fucking van. And it was a 3 on the tree, dude, and that shit, like, that's how I learned how to drive a clutch, was on that bitch, and that thing was a fucking pain in the ass to drive. You had to rev it to like 35, $4 grand before you could even shift, and it fucking, and it redlined at 5. It's just like, oh, they're great for hauling trailers. I mean, it's a bitch to shift either way, but it's got like the gear ratio in it is great for towing. Yep. That's how this van was, dude. I loaded that bitch down to go camping one time with, like, completely loaded the entire back of the van, put 4 people in it, and then towed a fucking, like, 20-foot bayliner with it. That thing, like, yeah, like, it was a bitch to shift and everything, but it was a 351 Windsor, which the Fords are all about torque, not so much horsepower, you know, like the Chevys are. So it was still like in the upper 300s in torque. So like it had no fucking problem hauling anything. Anything we had to tow anyways, you know. I'm sure there's limits to it, but that van was a beast. It was awesome. He bought it for $500 and sold it for $1,200 after we drove it for like 3 years. Yeah. But yeah, my truck has a Ford 9-inch in it, but it's not posi, it's limited slip. So yeah, it's actually better for getting off the line and yeah, well, I don't know exactly what it's a Ford 9-inch, but it's a limited slip. Like that's all I know about it. I don't know what the gear ratio is exactly, but limited slip. Yeah. Yeah, that's what mine does. Like, if I start spinning one tire, the other tire will lock in, and it either catches or both tires start spinning, but it takes a couple seconds. It has like a clutch plate or something in there that does that shit. That's like, because it's a Ford 9-inch, like it's one of the better rear ends. But I just want to throw. The good thing is all I can just grab new gears for the pumpkin and make it posi. That's what I'm gonna. I mean, the seal is already blown on my rear end, so I gotta put fucking fluid in it like every couple months because it leaks. So I need to like open it up and redo it anyways. So I'm like, when I get the money, I'm just gonna throw all the guts for a fucking posi in there, just to smoke the fuck out of the tires, honestly. Yeah, it'll like limited slip handles better and everything. Why do you say that? Dude, I love the new Toyota and like Nissan pickups. Those things are nice, like the Titans and the new Tacomas. And what's the new bigger pickup Tacoma or Toyota has? Like those things are the Tundra, yeah, those are fucking nice. Yeah. My truck ran a 13.8 with no, it's completely stock motor. Mm-hmm. Quarter mile. I took it down. I don't know, dude. I'm telling you, the motor I got is a fucking beast. This guy that we bought it from in Seattle owned a performance shop. And I don't even know everything he did to it, but he just got pissed off at his kid and just wanted to get rid of the fucking motor. And I got it off him. And the two-barrel carb I have on it, it's a racing carburetor. Like most people that use like drags and shit, they run two-barrel carbs. And I don't know, like the this I don't like the carburetor though because I don't know, I don't like it. I think I get more power out of it still, but the thing sounds like a fucking race car when you rev it up, and it's a big ass fucking truck. Like it's crazy. It doesn't sound like you know, it's like it sounds like it's got a fucking supercharger or something on it, but it don't. I took it down to Bremerton Raceways down here by where I live. And the first couple times I ran a 15, and then I had it tuned up by one of my dad's buddies and hit a 13.8. I just got a high-rise intake for it, and I'm gonna get I'm gonna put a Holly on it. Yeah, my buddy was pissed because we went down there, and he's got a Camaro. He just bought like a TKO transmission for it, locked that bitch up, put that bitch in there, you know. And he thought his fucking Chev 350 was gonna shit on my pickup. I beat him. He was pissed. I can send you a pic of the motor if you want, but it's a shitty picture. Yeah, like the motor has so much. I think they increased the compression of the motor because I can't use a regular battery. Like it'll start as soon as it gets hot, it won't. No, well I need a higher cranking amp motor or battery. Like I had to throw an 850 cranking amp motor in, or battery in it to turn that bitch over when it gets hot. Yeah, because once it gets hot, dude, it doesn't turn over. And sometimes when I turn it off, it diesels and keeps running, even though like all I do, I like it's, I know, dude. Okay, okay, listen, hold on, listen to this real quick. The guy that put the motor out of the Cougar into my truck used to work for Carroll Shelby, and he helped engineer. He helped in the '60s, or yeah, in the '60s, he helped engineer the Shelby Lone Star, which they only made like 15 of them or something. But he helped engineer that car and shit. He used to race for Carroll Shelby and shit back in the day. This dude was like fucking 80, and he had this old ghetto fucking motor puller where he had a winch hooked up to like a big steel beam with with just like a wheel hanging off of a tree. That was his motor puller. He used that shit to pull it and drop it in. He tuned it all up for me. That shit just, like, it didn't run that great until I broke it in. Like, I drove 500 miles to Idaho and back, fully loaded, in that bitch. And after that, dude, the motor was fucking way, like, it broke it in. Because it's only got